Welcome in, beautiful souls. If you're new here, my name is Jane, and if you're returning, glad to have you back. I was given a vision of dragons, because they kept giving me the vision over and over. So I guess that means they want me to do a reading. So here I am. I was guided to bring out this deck, and this is a deck. It's a dragon deck, but it's only of the major arcanas. I don't know why there's so much fur on them. Also, they had me throw the dice here for my astrology dice. Now, it popped out on Sagittarius, which is kind of funny because it's a fire sign. And you can see like there looks like a lot of fire going on in these cards here. And they brought out the moon. So now I have a feeling this has to do with some kind of heart opening or heart awakening or some sort, because the Sagittarius, this energy is, you don't have to be a Sagittarius, by the way, just to make sure that you understand that. It's like the energy is like very fast moving energy with Sagittarius. They don't like the mundane, everyday routine of life. They're very adventurous, and they are on the go, go, go all the time. Just also, they're very quick to forgive and forget. So this energy has a lot to do with the heart. Now, the moon coming out here, this has several meanings. So I'm not really sure if they mean that Sagittarius is like in the moon. You know what I mean? In the moon cycle, or if they're referring to the moon just separate from Sagittarius, because it has two different meanings. So if it's in, like, if they're just referring to the moon, this could be something about your intuition, about your sorry, I just kind of blanked out there. So I think maybe it's where you need to like clear your mind to tune into your intuition. So I think that's what this is about. It is actually about, because the moon is like a yin energy. So it also could be about like secrets. So it could be about secrets from the people around you, or it could be like the hidden truths or secrets that's within you. Something that maybe you're not looking at or acknowledging, or something to that effect. Okay, so they also wanted me to throw the dice here to find out what house energy we're dealing with. To 12th house, so it started on the 12th house, funny. Well, the 12th house is all about your spirituality and your subconscious, so that just backs up the moon. That's what the moon is for. Because the 12th house is all about those hidden truths. Yeah. It could be about some kind of repressed emotions. That's why it's about the heart. Yeah. Okay. This also could be, you could be dealing with like some past life trauma stuff. Because Pisces is in the 12th house, and Pisces is all about that emotion. And also with Pisces being the water sign, so you have like fire and water, like how they don't mix. Well, I guess water can put out fire, right? So the emotions could be putting out your passion. Ah, because Sagittarius is, it's all about like the passion, right? And because they're so fast moving, the emotions could be what's slowing you down. Oh, okay. So the emotions are slowing you down. So this is something that you need to review here. All right. So with this deck, because like I said, it's only the 22 major arcanas in a tarot deck, but it's a dragon deck. So with this deck, I'm going to pull two cards. So this type of spread is going to be, the card on the left is going to be the cause, and the card on the right is going to be the solution. Oh, weird. Oh, I just hit my I just had one of those weird eyelid things where like it got stuck and it wouldn't blink, like my left eye wouldn't blink. So I think you're stagnant. I think you're yeah, this has to do with this yeah, you're off kilter. Your energy is off kilter. Hold on, I have to fix my lamp here because it's like tipping over. That's weird. I don't know why that would be tipping over. Okay, again, I think you're off kilter. And it's creating, these emotions are creating stuck energy or stagnant type energy here. Okay. All right. Let me just get a little spray here. I just want to cleanse this energy here. Just clean this all up here. Okay. Okay. Let's warm things up. Okay, what's on the bottom? The Fool. Yeah, because the Fool is always like, let's go, 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 go. Like they just want to jump off the cliff kind of thing. They're ready to go. So what does it say here? Venturing near the dragon's breath, the Fool felt its fiery allure. Curiosity drove him closer, eager to experience its power firsthand. Yeah, because, the fire, that's funny, the fire, because it's Sagittarius. That's really funny, Spirit. I think this is where they want to, you're being slowed down. They want you to slow down, something to that effect. Okay, let's just see. Okay, we're going to pull out 2 cards here. One on the left. Oops. One on the right. It's on the bottom. The Devil. The devil's what keeps you chained, you know what I mean? Within the dragon's breath, the devil's temptations ensnared souls amidst its flames. Desires burn fiercely, binding those who succumb to internal allure. Getting stuck in those these old past energies. It's keeping you stuck somehow. And the devil just backed up what I said here. Okay, so let me just move this aside. Okay, so set these here. It's on the bottom. The 8th house mystery. That's something that's hidden. But this is the death and the rebirth too, right? With the 8th house, it's what this is all about. This is all about that death and rebirth. That's basically what the Devil card is too. This is your opportunity to change the situations or start over. Find. The 8th house too is all about that karma. Like I said, that past life karma with the 12th house here. It's also about like closing out a cycle. Okay, so I'm going to bring out one of these dragon cards. They want to give you a message with one of these dragons here. Jeez, I guess it's going to be this one. Lord Cthulhu. Well, look, the light coming off of it, the white firelight. Look at this dragon glowing and behind him. You're being divinely guided, though. So this is like a divine intervention or something going on here. Okay, they want me to read this, so they want me to set this aside here. Oop. It just seemed like it got really dark here on my table. Oh, look, I started with that card. Sin Gold. Lord Cthulhu is number 22. Okay, I have a feeling Sin Gold has something to do with this reading because they brought that out twice. Okay, I'm going to keep this here just because I believe it has something to do with this reading. Okay. They also had me bring out my dragon deck here. Vibrational match. You are sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences. And they have financial freedom here right underneath it. And they also brought out the second house. And the second house is about your value. It's about your finances, money. You may be feeling trapped in regards to the amount of money that is currently flowing into your life. Like I was saying, like there's some kind of stagnation or something. Vibrate. Did you want to? Okay. I was really, oh my God, look, I was just talking about that heart opening. That you're getting some kind of vibrational, someone you know, it may even be you, is withholding love and creating a very emotional, painful experience for everyone involved. Because of all these emotions, but I think this has to do with like this past energy. But see, the Sagittarius energy is all about, easily forgiving and forgetting kind of energy. But something is being hidden. And I don't know if this is like, I'm pretty sure this is something that's coming from within you. Just like I said, that heart opening. Okay, so we're going to do it like this. They want me to keep them in order. So they go here. Okay. What else do you want here? Okay. Look, wealth. I was just talking about that second house there with the money. Over focusing on wealth may cause you to lose sight of what truly matters, leading to dissatisfaction. So on the bottom, there's change here. You are feeling anxious about change and may be trying to resist it, leading to internal conflict. Okay. And just like I was saying with this, and this is emotional repair. Emotional wounds are still open and past pain continues to influence the present. More time and effort are needed for true healing. Okay, just like I was talking about this, this has a lot to do with past traumas, but it also, I believe for sure, it definitely has something to do with they're all in reverse too. This past, look, and then you have romance right on at the bottom of that. About these hidden truths, which, has a lot to do with fear. these past life things, right? Your dreams. The 12th house, it's what the 12th house is all about. It's about your spirituality, your subconscious. Okay. I'm going to bring on a few more cards here before we... Whoa. I want to flip it over. Oh, well, look. Is that 2 cards? Oh, these are thick cards. Look. So, and this is about that intuition I was talking about earlier, your intuition. On the bottom is flow. Okay, let's see what else here. On the bottom, look, self. Just like I was talking about. This is all about what's going on with self. Okay. Okay, I'm going to bring a few the Dragon Tarot cards here too. So that's on the bottom. Look, Fool again. So both of these Dragon decks, this Dragon deck and this one started out with the Fool. This is about that, quick energy, wanting to move forward, but you're being held back by the emotions, the fear, the past life traumas. 7 of Pentacles, you've been working hard though. The 7 of Swords. Oh, Lord. The 7 of Swords is all about the betrayal and the deception. Some of the things that could be hidden from you. Here this dragon is sleeping and this one's trying to sneak in and steal the bone from it. Now, this could represent your subconscious too. You've been, working really hard. You're just like, this is where you're waiting to reap your rewards to, because, honestly, when you think about it, things are moving really, really slowly for the healing and all that, that's a lot of energy and work into that. And it takes time. It's like, when you plant a seed, you can't keep digging it up to see if the roots are growing, right? It takes time for it to germinate and then sprout and then grow before you could reap anything from it. Okay, I'm not going to take those because I want a controlled card pull here. Well, this card was kind of hiding from me here. Did I tip that over or? Okay, let's see here. It's on the bottom. Judgment. This has a lot to do with the healing and how you're dealing with this karma. I think that's why they're going to do some kind of heart opening. Let's find out here. What was the cause? The world. No joke. The world. The world has caused all of this. So embrace competition within. Just like I said, this is something that's within you. And look at all this fire and this dragon here. Let me move this here. Good grief. See all this fire pushing this dragon forward, and then there's the water. I was just saying how about the fire and the water. Okay, so the dragon's breath. Okay, so embrace competition within the dragon's breath. The world celebrated triumphs amidst its flames. Unity echoed universally, marking fulfillment amidst fiery trials and new beginnings. So this is where, this change is coming from. All this emotional repair and all that. Okay, so this is the cause. And then this is going to be the solution, which is the tower. No joke. So within the dragon's breath, the tower's upheaval, shattered illusions, just like the moon here, amidst the inferno. Its destruction cleared paths for renewal, awakening, and amidst fiery trials. Just like I was saying, like you were going to receive in the beginning, and I said you were going to receive like some kind of heart opening. Oh my gosh, look at this. And right underneath it is divine channel. Wow. You are a divine channel. You work with your angels and guides to deliver messages that assist others on their spiritual path. Okay. And the tower is to bring in this change, right? So because you get the change here. So, that's what the tower is. I mean, the tower is actually a really good card. Because this is like the removing of the old world to bring in like a whole new way of being, a way of thinking and living and loving. Solar calm, clarify. Yep. This is to bring in that truth. Okay. Let's see here. What's here? Reaching out. It's time for you to reach out and ask for help that you need. Oh my God. Number 34, path of least resistance. When all doors seem to be closed, it is because you have not tried to open the correct one just yet. This is this slow energy that I was talking about, that you feel stagnant, you're stuck. I know you have the fire and the passion within you, but you can't move forward without clearing up. You can't skip the steps of healing. And that's where I think I think that's where they have to bring in this heart opening for you. There's some kind of heart opening that has to happen here because, again, you can't skip. You can't skip the, and then you have like clarified look and, the intuition here with the moon. Embrace. I think this might have something to do with some kind of connection. Not just a spiritual connection, but because they brought up the 8th house. Was it the 8th house? Yeah, they brought up the 8th house. That's where all that transformation comes in. The death and the rebirth. So that's, like basically what the tower is. The tower is about, tearing down the old world to clarify, you know what I mean? So this is what they want you to know, that this is what is happening here. This is what's holding you back. You're over-focused on wealth. which could cause you to lose sight what truly matters. And that's really by leading through the heart. So you are feeling anxious about the change and maybe trying to resist it, leading to internal conflict. I think you're trying to skip over the steps because they're bringing up like, look at your intuition, look at what's in the darkness and embrace it here. And then, because it's about the self. Yeah. Okay, let's see what's here on the tarot cards here. Strength. Yeah, it takes a lot of strength. You see the smoke. Ooh, what's going on here? See all the smoke coming out of this dragon's nose? Like calming those flames. You know what I mean? You see that they're here on the beach, on the water here. You know, it looks like a sunrise too. You know, it looks like after a battle. He's a dragon rider. He's taming the dragon. You know, they did ask me to bring up my Dragon Riders Oracle deck. Okay, I'm going to grab that right now. Okay, what's this one here? The Page of Cups. Look, it's about your dreams. It's about the freedom. Wow. This is like an unexpected path. This is about your magic. You know, this also card, this is funny that they brought this up because this card also it's like synchronicities. So you could be seeing synchronicities. Okay. What's this one? The Death card again. Because that's what the 8th house is about the death, the rebirth, the transformation, and the Tower too. And then you saw the Devil card too, because this is like the Devil card in the tarot. Because that Devil card came up on the bottom of this deck here, the Devil. You know, and then here they were talking about that dragon's breath, because the dragon's breath over here, it says embrace completion within the dragon's breath. So you have to walk through the fire. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so and then it says here, like, walk through the dragon's breath, right? Or, well, embracing the completion within the dragon's breath. But then it's like within the dragon's breath, the devil's temptations ensnared souls amidst its flames. So that's how you got stuck thinking about like the wealth and, allowing the fear to take over and all these emotional wounds not being taken care of, like all these past life traumas, and that you need to take the time and use effort. That's what's needed for the real true healing. What's wrong, Star? Do you need to go out? Do you need a drink or something? Hold on a moment. I gotta let my dog out. You know, I'm going to tell you that my animals have a lot to do with my readings. So the fact that she is like running away, she usually just lays down and sleeps the entire, especially where she's been up half the night. She was up half the night sick. And the fact that she got up to leave tells me that you are spending a lot of your energy running away from these emotions, running away from the healing. Because even here, it's like the path of least resistance. So you're trying to skip over the healing in some way. Like, this isn't like not a judgment or anything. It's hard dealing with, past emotions, especially when you're dealing with things that, that are from like a previous lifetime. Like, what is the pain? Where is it coming from? Like, why do you have these fears? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot to try to work through, but it's something that you can't skip. You have to walk through the fire to come out on the other side. They brought up a lot about this transformation and, with the death card and the devil's card and all that. Again, like that's the death card is the devil's card, right? Because the devil card isn't, just about, negative energy. It's also about breaking free from the chains of the world that has encompassed you into this cocoon that you need to fight your way through. You have to burn your way out of it. And you have to do it in your time. You can't do it in the time frame of somebody else, or in a year, in a month. And, it's lifetimes of the stuff that's accumulated. But this is the time now. This is the year. This is when you receive this message, this is the time now that you need to begin it. And really, like, this is what they're trying to clarify with you here. Okay, they keep showing me over and over Lord Cthulhu and Sin Gold, I guess it is. So there's something about these two dragons here that they just keep drawing me to. So I'm going to see what the book says about them here. Hold on. I got myself kind of in a weird position. Okay, so Lord Cthulhu, I think he was, I don't want to talk about it because I can't remember for sure. I think he was kind of like an ascended master, but I think he was considered like kind of like a fake or a joke or something for a long time. But then it was like many years later, it was found out that he literally was not a fool. You know what? And the page that he's on in this book is 99, which is something coming to an ending for you. I'll go right to it. You are the change. Okay, so when Lord Cthulhu first arrived, he lost no time informing me who he was. I am a dragon elder and spokesdragon for the Galactic Council. If you desire to be able to hold the energies of the 5th to the 7th dimensions, you need to be clear of your earthly woes and fears and your deep need for control. Yeah, so I think you could be somebody that wants to activate your psychic abilities, your intuition, all of that. And they're showing me the Saturn here on this card. Now Saturn is all about the timing. It's all about time. Controls the time. I got a stabbing pain in my chest when I was reading that too. So I think this is like that heart opening that they were talking about, that they wanted to draw me back to. So they're saying that your light bodies need to be in alignment with those of the earth and the astrological light matrix. Only then you will become a tool and a tuning device to lift the energy of the planet. As more of you gather together to do this work, the greater will be your chance of bringing lasting peace to Earth. Lord Cthulhu went on to explain why the dragons are here collectively. We have come because lasting peace is achievable on Earth. There are other galaxies beyond our human understanding at this time where it has happened. We dragons are as old as the universe itself and have encountered and witnessed humanity and all its guises through the ages. You are the change. So even if you've you know, try to activate and you failed. It's not that you failed, it's that you didn't do all the healing. You didn't walk through all the fire of the healing, because you can't skip the steps of healing. So you can't go through, you can't use the path of least resistance. I mean, you can study and learn and all of that, but if you haven't done the true deep down healing, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Okay, so this dragon has something to say too. Let's see here. Page 76. And I heard it's never too late to start. Okay, so do that which lifts your heart to bring forth your deep inner smile from within. No joke with the heart opening, because like Sagittarius, they're the type of energy that wakes up happy. That's like in the moon. That's why I wasn't sure like if they were referring to like the moon, because it had two meanings. So with the Sagittarius in the moon rising or something, I think that's how they refer to it. That has to do with the Sagittarius in the moon, that kind of, they wake up every day and they're in like this happy, elated, like take on the day energy, right? So Singold is the dragon of gratitude, and he arrives when we need to take notice and acknowledge old negative patterns. He asks us to recognize old emotional blocks. For example, we already know it's about the self-doubt, the fear, or jealousy. No joke. So we already know that because it brought out like the emotional repair and the fear. We already talked about all that. So, that's just to reconfirm. So it's saying to uncover the things to rejoice about, do what lifts your heart to bring forth your deep inner smile from within. Seek a totem to act as a reminder. And this can be an object small enough to carry or wear daily. Maybe a beautiful shell or a crystal. Set the attention within and to stay focused on being joyous and grateful. Yeah. Yeah, so it says, they're making me skip over a bunch of stuff here. So at the very last sentence says, go forward with deep love in your heart. Again, they're talking about this heart opening here. And I said that in the very beginning about the heart opening. That I think they want to bring it in, or they, you need to bring it in. I don't know how that works. Okay. So, okay. They want me just to leave these here. Okay. So what else did you Spirit? Oh, they wanted me to bring out a Dragon Rider deck. Hold on. Let me just grab that deck. Okay. Ooh. Let's see here on the bottom. The time is now come for divine insight. Accept the darkness within you along with the light and follow the path toward wholeness. That's funny because I just did a reading and they talked about that, about looking at the dark parts of yourself. Okay. So there's a, oops. Okay. Let's see here. If that reading has, I can add it into the description down below this video. So if you want to review it, it'd be easy to click down there and find it in the description. Okay. Look, and that's the one that flipped over at the bottom. Be careful with your words. With some, you can harm yourself. So speak with love and positivity and allow your words and smile to be your adornments. Yep. It's this one. Whoa, look how beautiful this one is. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. Number 11, that's a master number. So, I don't know how to say this. Emma Star and Diamond. Emma Star has spoken. Come to me in the temple of eternal purity. Let me fill your view of the future with rosy light. My God, that's a beautiful card. You know, also, remember when I started with this deck and I said I'll do a 2-card pull? One is going to be the cause, right? And the one on the right would be the card of the solution. So, Emma Star has spoken. Come to me in the temple of eternal purity. The eternal purity would have to be like your heart, the purity of your heart. So you'd have to go to her through your heart. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to get the book here because I don't know. I already had this book out. Funny enough. Number 11. Okay. Oh my God. I have been a priestess in the temple of eternal purity for more than 18,000 years. This temple lies far from the world, but nevertheless is not inaccessible to you. Your dragon can bring you to me, or you can come to me through meditation. Enter the temple where the energy will purify you. However, what you need now, more than anything else, is a friend who understands you and really listens, a friend who will lovingly guide you in the right direction. I am ready. Holy crap. Since the creation of her soul, Emma Star has been connected with the dragon Diamond, a female dragon of eternity, purity, and clarity. And you notice they put the solar calm, put me right out on clarity. Wow. So the diamond here, the dragon, I am the dragon energy that has accompanied Emma Star since the beginning of time. But I am also the temple of eternal purity. Together, Emma Star and I allow our magic, our divine being, to flow into the temple and flourish there. For you and for all those who make their way to us, do not be afraid, but trust that you will find us. The way has been opened and prepared for you. Come to us. We are the friends who will tell you the truth so that you resonate in divine order at every level, because this is the foundation of a happy life. Wow. Amazing, Spirit. Okay, so what else do you want here? Okay. So let me pull out a couple of these, and then I'm going to close the read because there's really not much else to say. Okay. It's all about that heart space. Look. The waxing gibbous moon. It's on the bottom. Sagittarius, no joke. That's what this has all been about, that fiery energy. Go, go, go. But again, that fire and water, like I was talking about, all those, that emotion, the 12th house, that Pisces emotion, that's like slowing down your growth, your spiritual connection. So Sagittarius, I really do have a feeling that this has to do with the last reading that I did. Though it could be a different stage of it, it does have something to do with it, just because that was like the beginning of a new cycle as well. I'm going to connect those two readings together. I don't know if they have anything to do with each other, but you might find it interesting. Okay, so there's something here in this book. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Okay. Waxing. Oh, that's a gibbous moon. Waxing gibbous moon. Okay. A waxing gibbous moon is all about tending to the finer details of the situation. The flowers are blooming. Oh, look at that. And she's got a flower in her hand. Cool. Um, they were talking about like the synchronicities too, right? With the Page of Cups. So look for those synchronicities. The flowers are blooming, but they are still require your attention. Enjoy the beauty, but be sure to check infrequently in your garden, or your garden could get infested with mites. If you have dropped the ball recently, this card's a gentle reminder that you still have a chance to pick it up where you left off. Trying to cheat or cut corners may work in the moment, but these shortcuts are always discovered later on. And this is what I was talking about here, like the path of least resistance. You're trying to skip steps of your healing, and it's something that you're not going to be able to. You cannot skip the steps of healing. You have to walk through the fire, because you have to be cleansed, and that's what the fire and the water does. It cleanses you, but you have to walk through the fire. And the water is all about the emotions, right? Okay, Sagittarius. Maybe that's here. Oh, look at that, Sagittarius. Okay, so in a reading, Sagittarius. Okay. So the symbols for Sagittarius, this could be something that you're seeing. Like this is the Minotaur, right? Or the Centaur. The Centaur? Yeah, the Centaur. So like half horse, half human. Or man, whatever. Well, I guess either or, female or male. So, this is like red flowers, sage, books, antlers, horses. Okay. So in this reading, they want to refer to as, or in a reading, which is what we're doing now, it's important that we have interests and hobbies in order to be a well-rounded person. When we are feeling intellectually and physically unfulfilled, we can become clingy, irritable, and a burden to those around us. Make a list of all the things you have always wanted to learn or participate in and narrow it down to the top 3. Then do them. On the flip side, you could be spreading yourself too thin with multiple commitments, and Sagittarius, well, an adaptable energy, can only keep up for so long before burning out. And that's the thing with Sagittarius, like they're always on the go, go. So I think that's it could be interfering with your intuition, because I did mention that in the very beginning, and then they brought out the owl just to confirm it with the moon, right? So that's what they want you to look at. They want you to look at that, yourself, embrace those emotions. Okay, well, that's all I have for you. So the dragons brought a really deep and meaningful, like they said, they've watched other planets do it. So it starts with you. It starts with me. We can all bring the earth into a new loving way, but it all starts with us. Okay, so with that, I'm going to close the reading, and I'm going to send you all my love and light. I bid you a good day, and I hope this video finds you well. Bye, everyone.